Hey, welcome back to Sales Made Easy. I'm Tom at salesmadeeasy.com, and certainly email me if you have any questions. But today I want to spend some time on something a little different, and that is take us back to that childhood movie books I used to love, Sherlock Holmes. I was always fascinated by Sherlock Holmes, and I was fascinated because he could do something that 99% of us can't do. He would focus on the unobvious. Right now you might be focusing on me, and if Sherlock Holmes, you might be focusing on me, but he might be focusing over in that corner of that wall. He's not focusing on what everybody else is. And I always thought that was a skill I wanted to learn, is how do I not get trapped or emotionally involved focusing on what everybody wants me focusing on. In the world of sales, that's so big, is we need to observe the person we're talking to and the way they're talking, not what they're saying. Too often in sales, we focus on what they said. They said, maybe this looks good. But if they didn't say maybe this looks good, or they said, maybe this looks good, right? Same words, but how did you observe them? The first person had a little passion and excitement into it, means I'm in. The second person laid back and said the words you wanted to hear, and did you take them the same way? So it's really a great salesperson to me is, can you be a Sherlock Holmes? Could you be observant? Can you see what's behind the mask? And I think that's one of the keys to being good at sales and being good at everything, is observe what other people can't. I'll give you a good example of that is, when a magician does a card trick, the reason it fools us is because we're observing the card trick because we want to catch him, as opposed to observing everything else outside. So let's try that one. And just show you that I have a couple cards here. I actually have 4 queens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you observe correctly, and I took one of those queens and turned it face down, I'd have to ask you, how many do I have face down? And of course, you'd probably say there's 1 and 2, but actually I'd say there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 face down. Now, if I turn one face up, did you observe it properly? How many are face up now? Well, you might say there's 1 and 2, but I'd tell you there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 face up. Now, if you were really observant, I'd ask you, what's the color of the back of these cards? And you might say blue, and I'd say you are correct. That one there is blue. That one is red. You might not have seen the yellow one or the green one. And that's something we just got to be very observant of. When you walk away from anybody you're talking to, the intention is to help somebody. The intention is to not sell, but to help. Because if you're caught up in, I want to make a sale, you're not going to see everything else that's going on around you. But if you're caught up in, hey, I want to get in and meet you and see if there's something my company or my service could help you with. And if it can't, I don't want to waste your time or my time. So the question on today's very short one, salesmadeeasy.com, is, are you observant? And you are observing the right things. And this could lay back on my one about debriefing. Get back in your car, debrief yourself. What did you observe outside the norm? What do you observe about the person, the prospect you're talking to? What do you observe about the office? What do you observe besides the obvious? Hey, that's today's message. Hope you have a great one, and we will see you next time at Sales Made Easy.